Greetings, 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 my lovely Virgos. Welcome to your love reading, Virgo. Virgo, if this is your first time stopping by my channel, I welcome you here and I thank you for joining me today. For all of you returning Virgos, wow, you guys have been some of my greatest supporters, and I really have to thank you for all of your wonderful messages and all of your support, Virgo. All right. Virgo, this is a general reading, meaning that if you're finding that this message doesn't quite connect with you, don't panic. It's all the more reason that you need to hit the subscribe button so that when the message for you drops within the next few days, you're the first one to know about it. All right, Spirit, we want to see what it is that Virgo will be running into over the next few days in their love life, their current relationships, their relationship prospects. We want to see what's going on for Virgo, what's coming at them over the next few days. All right. Let me move these out of the way so that we can get these messages on the board for my beautiful Virgos. All right, Virgo. Your first message comes by way of the Tower, followed by the Two of Swords in the reverse. Then we have the Hanged Man. All right, Virgo, this is all right, buckle up, Virgo, because this is some stuff here. First of all, this Tower, isn't always an awful thing, but it is always a very abrupt, unexpected thing. And so I do see that something is going to come in very swiftly by way of knowledge that you aren't looking at in the current moment. In other words, you've got your blinders on, so to speak, with this Two of Swords, and suddenly an event takes place where the blinders fall off, okay? And now you're left facing what is real. For many of you, I just get this message in my ear that it's going to be, you're going to find out that there's some cheating going on, or some cheating has transpired. I do feel like for some of you that it's not like an ongoing cheating situation, which doesn't make it any better, but it may make a difference to someone. That it was just like I want to say it was like a two-time thing, not even just a one-time thing, like a two-time thing that happened between your person and someone else. Okay? And now that's going to come to light in a very unexpected way. It's almost like I can see you with your person somewhere, and this person is this third party is bold enough to step to the both of you and blow your person's secret out of the water, if that makes sense. All right, because I'm kind of like, as soon as I saw this Tower card, I was seeing like a party, or I was seeing an event of some sort. Like, so for those of you who may be going out to some events within the next few days, just keep in mind that this is something that can transpire. But for others of you, it's just coming in a most unexpected manner. Like, so if there was not physical cheating, there was definitely some emotional cheating going on. There were messages that were being, sent back and forth, and it may not have happened very often, but still, if emotional cheating is something that you consider out of bounds in your relationship, then that means it's going to impact you in a very significant way. And the Tower definitely does play to, or not play to, but indicate that, right? The Tower is saying, like, this is not okay. With this Hanged Man energy, I do see you going, withdrawing, and going to a place within to try to get your bearings, to try to see what it is that you feel about this, whether you want to move forward. I really pick up for a lot of you, actually, that not that it's not a big deal, but the fact that it's not something that's been ongoing is going to factor in way heavily in regards to the decision that you make about going and moving forward. Like, because it's like a situation where, because you saw that this wasn't like long term and going on, it happened once or twice, you're willing to forgive, versus something, if it were going on and on and on, you would be unwilling to forgive. Okay, so let's I got my clarification deck here, and let's dig deeper and see what it is that you need to know about this, Virgo. So Spirit, let's get some more detailed messages for my Virgo. Let's dig in here, give them some guidance, tell them in a more detailed way what to expect. And while I get these last shuffles in, if you haven't taken the time yet to subscribe, now's the perfect time while we are waiting on the shuffle. I'm waiting for my signal from Spirit to stop shuffling here. All right, Spirit. Okay. All right. First, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. That's followed by the Page of Pentacles. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Ooh, these knights are coming out. Next up, we have Judgment. No surprise there. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. My goodness, Virgo. This is going to all feel very chaotic for you. And we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Lots of reversals, meaning lots of stuck, stagnant, harsh energy is coming through here, okay? But the good news is, with this Judgment card, I'm seeing that you're able to come to a place clearly within your mind, Virgo, as to your decision, how to move forward, and what you want, right? So it's going to feel chaotic and crazy while all of this is transpiring. But in the end, I see you coming through very clear, okay? All right, with this Knight of Swords in the reverse and this Page of Pentacles coming into play to clarify further the Tower card that came out, I'm just seeing again a repeat of what I said with the Tower. You know, someone riding in thinking they're going to be doing some shit like, oh, I'm going to ride in and I'm going to wreck Virgo's day. I'm going to wreck Virgo's world. I'm riding in and I'm telling Virgo exactly what's what, and this is going to be some shit, right? Like, that's what I see that third party's attitude being. And with this Page of Pentacles, is just telling me that their thinking process is very immature. So you're dealing with someone who's emotionally immature in how they, go about their life, like their willingness to hurt another person who they may not even know, their willingness to ride in and try to do something like this, and especially if they do something like this in a public place, that lack of emotional maturity in their thinking, how they just like want the shock value of their announcement, like they just want it to just like wreck your world, like I said. So we're we're dealing with that kind of energy. And also with this page of pentacles, I'm seeing from your person a level of immaturity as well. Like your person may be older even, like, but there's this streak of immaturity within them. Like I'm really seeing this little boy who refuses to grow up, in a sense, right? Or if they are grown up in other ways, there's still a little bit there that they just hang on to, that's immature. And it may not even be something that pops out very often, Virgo, but when it does come out, it's annoying at the least, and it has the potential to cause havoc at the most, right? So I don't feel like that is such a surprise to many of you concerning your person. You may have once or twice just seen some of this kind of thing. Um, and if you are dealing, because I keep seeing in my mind, Spirit keeps showing me an older gentleman, right? So this may apply for some of you who are dealing with an older gentleman, that it's kind of like that. They're showing me like that midlife crisis type of energy, right? So now this person's been flirting around, in order to make themselves feel good with this like midlife crisis type of vibe. And whether or not they pursued that other person, it's about to come back and bite them in the ass, right? Because that other person is going to make it known. It's going to be something that they let you know about, right? And with that Knight of Swords in the reverse, it's like that third party, they wish to make it known in a way that you not only will have knowledge of this, but in the way that they deliver it, their intent is to embarrass you in front of others. So it's that kind of cruel, immature energy, right? So next we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, along with Judgment, to clarify the Two of Swords in the reverse that came out earlier. And it's kind of like this Knight of Pentacles just mainly tells me. So we know the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, right? They're very slow moving, slow and steady. And I'm seeing that as you, Virgo. But with this card being in the reverse, it's like you stop forward movement. So, like I said, you go into this Hanged Man energy to reflect on what it is that you want, try to gain your bearings. And here with this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, this earth energy being reversed, it's like, okay, let me just stop, right? Everything I've got going on in regards to my person in my life, I'm just going to bring to a halt while I figure out what it is that makes the most sense for me, the Judgment. And I think that even though your person, Virgo, knows that this is, this news coming forward, they realize in that moment, of course, that this is very significant as far as how it's going to impact you, right? They're not dumb, they know that, but I don't think they expect you to bring everything to a halt, and they don't expect you to necessarily go into Hanged Man energy. I think they expect to be able to like be in your ear and, you know, get you around this hurdle, so to speak, right? That's my air quotes. This hurdle. They expect to be able to interject their side of the story and move things in the direction that they want to move them in, right? But they don't expect this like withdrawal from you. It's really weird. Like I said a moment ago, though, there's a lot of immature energy taking place. But they don't expect, let me say it like this, they don't expect the level to which you withdraw after learning this news, right? They might expect some withdrawal, but they don't expect the level, because I feel like many of you will cease to allow this person access until you have become clear in your mind as to what to do. Like this person literally will be looking for you in the daytime with a flashlight. Like they'll wonder if you were a figment of their imagination, if you ever existed. Like that's how much you will withdraw on this person. Okay. So, and Spirit is saying to you, it's the right thing to do for you because the energy of judgment allows you to come in and, especially coupled with this hangman up here, it allows you to really settle in your mind and in your heart space on what makes sense for you and allow you to do so in such a way that later you don't have regret. Later, you can look back and say, okay, I did the right thing. No matter what this person did and no matter what this person does going forward, I'm not going to regret my decision that I make at this time because I'm doing what is right for me. Okay. So, but I just think that for some of you, you've had some situations occur in this connection, and this is for some of you, that in the past that you kind of like, okay, we've been working together on some things, but we're generally okay, right? And now this just throws a monkey wrench into everything, and you're like, okay, you really need to sit down and figure out if this is okay going forward, if you can deal with this, or if you're better off in another situation or just being with yourself for a while. All right, so King of Pentacles in the reverse, along with Page of Wands in the reverse. Again, though, your person, and especially again, that scenario where I was talking about the older man, King of Pentacles upright is that steady, stable older man. But King of Pentacles in the reverse can very much be about a midlife crisis, right? It can also be about selfishness. It can be about not having regard for their partner. It can be about, this whole process of you trying to get to your judgment moment, Virgo, is going to give you some really clear insights about your person's emotional makeup. It's going to give you a very clear insight into how much they are for themselves versus how much of themselves they're willing to invest in a relationship with another. Like, are they just ultra selfish and then you're just arm candy? Or are they really committed to the connection with you, but they've just got a few little selfish quirks, right? Like, you're going to see very clearly while you're in Hanged Man energy, you're going to be able to, it's like an overview of all of this is going to transpire in front of you, and you're going to see who you are dealing with. And again, in the end, this emotional immaturity, and are they a person that just kind of gets an urge in their head and goes and acts on it immediately? For a lot of you, for most of you, I dare say, that your person is, right? They just get the idea one day and they go act on it without really considering how it would affect those around them until they get caught. All right. And so that's something that you very clearly want to understand to what degree that exists in your person, because in the future, when you're even more emotionally invested, Virgo, should you decide to stay with this person, that's something that can affect you even more significantly. All right. And Spirit wants you to especially take note of that, during this time when all of this is transpiring. They want you to understand exactly who you're dealing with, which is why this tower moment is about to happen. It's to show you exactly who you're dealing with. Okay? And you cannot sweep it under the rug. You cannot be concerned. Here's what I'm hearing. You cannot sweep it under the rug. You cannot be concerned with your public image. You have to look straight on at what it is and who it is that you are dealing with. Forget about what everybody else is thinking. Forget about all the gossip that this may produce. You need to look at exactly who you're dealing with. This isn't about the image of the relationship that you can push forward. This is about doing what's going to be best for you long term if you decide to stay in this connection, or at least for the term that this relationship lasts. Okay? All right. Let's get some final messages, Spirit, for my Virgos as they go out the door. I know that this isn't all happy news, Virgo, and I apologize. But I am a true reader, as I always say. I give you the good news when it's good. I give it to you straight. When it's bad, I give it to you straight. All right? Because to be forewarned is to be forearmed, and to know what you're going to be dealing with, you know. A tower is a tower because it does come in abruptly as a surprise. And maybe you don't know exact moment that it's coming in, but at least now you know it's coming in, okay? And so that gives you some way to mentally prepare. All right. Hope Great Water is the first one. We have Court. And we have Rich Girl. Wow. All right, so couple things. Wasn't sure how this Hope Great Water is figuring in here. But again, these birds on this card are standing out to me, and birds are messengers, right? Again, Spirit's just doubling down on the fact that this message that's going to kind of rock your world for a moment is coming. You see how clearly you can see those birds in the distance, and there seems to be nothing impeding their arrival. And that is the case here. You staying home this weekend and deciding not to go to that party is not going to stop this news from coming. It's coming. And it's going to find you, okay? That's what Spirit's saying. With this courthouse, for those of you, there may be some of you who have some legal constructs within your relationship, like AKA you're married. This may very well have you end up in a situation where even if you don't go through with a court proceeding to end the relationship, you are definitely considering it. You're definitely considering it. And you're definitely... Some of you will definitely start the process. You may later decide to abandon it, but you are going to start it. And then also for others of you who may not be married, what this is showing me is, the seriousness of this matter. And for some of you who are living, cohabitating with your person, this may be like you have to do something. If you decide to leave this connection, your person, again, we're talking about that immature energy where this person wants to make it as hard as possible on you, and you end up having to go through some things in order to get your things back, in order to, end your lease, or at least your portion of the lease, things like that. It gets to be very technical in how that would play itself out, right? With this Rich Girl, know that for those of you, whether you're masculine or feminine, but, it is a feminine character here on this card, you will come out the winner. You will come out the one who succeeds out of all of this. You will be the one who walks away the winner, right? If you leave the courthouse rich, you're good, right? And this is especially poignant as a message for those of you who may be going through some court proceedings, right? How would you come out of that deal? Well, you come out the winner, is what I'm seeing, okay? You come out with, if you don't gain something financially out of it, you definitely come out with judgment on your side. And again, we have judgment here. There's a energy of fairness going on here, right? Fairness not from the sense of what happened to you, but fairness from the sense of how this resolution comes in. With judgment, you want the most fair solution for yourself, and with this court energy here, and there being a decision made which results with rich girl energy, there's a fairness in how the resolution plays out for you. So all in all, that is very positive. It's always positive when we get what we need and what we want and what we deserve, right? So you, if you act from your place of maturity within you and you don't sink to the level of immaturity that's present in your person and that third party, if you don't sink down to their level and you act from the hanged man place and the place of judgment, showing maturity in your thoughts and in your actions, Virgo, in the end you'll be the winner no matter what the situation looks like at the end of the day, because the situation, there's no, spirit's not pushing you in any one direction to resolve this. Spirit's just saying this is what you have. Don't walk around with these blinders on, fooling yourself thinking you have something else. And don't pretend like you have something else. You have what you have at the end of the day. Your person is who they are. So face it, figure out what you want to do long term and what works best for you. Take care, my Virgos. I love you, and I'll see you in the next reading.